leads, calling leads, doing all the things you need to do to be successful as an insurance agent. When Ollie decided to go out on the field and start his own agency, they called me up. I've worked with some Alliance in the past and have helped with their training. And they said, "Hey, Ray, here's an opportunity. You want it?" I said, "Sure," because I've helped agents in the past grow their company and grow their business. So here I am. One of the things that I've been talking to people about, I don't know if I've talked to everybody or anybody that's on this phone call, but I have talked to a lot of agents, and there are a lot of pissed off people, which I can understand. I heard their complaints. I heard, what they needed, what they were getting, and what they weren't getting. So that all is going to change. I know there's a lot of agents out there that are just floating around because they don't know the product, which is huge. You got to know your product. So from here on out, what we'll be doing is we will be doing webinars on product training alone, on the companies, who the companies are, who's A-rated, who's not A-rated, and who we use and not use. Also, what we'll be talking about is the actual product, so you can break it down to your client, make it simple. I work by the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. You don't want to get too technical, but you want to have enough information to come across these people that you know what you're talking about. So we'll be going over product training, and then also how to submit business. So you got a client, "Hey, I'm excited, I'm ready to go. What do we do from here?" Well, let's do the e-application, or let's do the paper app, whatever it may be. So we'll be going through that all next week. We'll be sending out invitations for webinars on just product training alone. Another thing that I heard with a lot of agents is they were telling me the leads suck. And me being an agent when I first started, I was like, "Hey, these leads suck." And that was my mentality at first, is these leads suck. Well, I know with all the vendors that Summit Alliance has, I have run the InfoForce leads. I've also run the super leads. They do work. What sucks about a lead is you have to work at a lead. Once you get that lead, you got to call it right away. And I know a lot of agents out there will just call it once or twice, and that's it. Well, with these leads, you got to keep calling them, keep calling them, keep calling them. As long as you keep calling your leads, you will be successful. Now, that being said, what happens is you'll have a bunch of leads one week, and you'll have a great week. And then, you'll sell 6, maybe 8 deals. And then the week after, you may sell 2. It's just the cycle of leads. But you have to work the leads. There was one agent telling me that he bought 11 leads, and he was complaining they sucked. I went back and I listened to the recording on the actual telemarketing lead that he had bought, and everybody that set an appointment or said, "Yes, I want to know more about this life insurance program," every single one of those calls said, "Yes, I want to know more about this product." Okay, so you have to continuously just call these leads and work them. After talking to him about 20 minutes, out of those 11 that he bought, he did sell 2. So that's not bad. But the others, he didn't work. Okay, so you got to ask yourself, do I want to do this full-time or part-time? This job is hard. It is not easy. And you have to be constantly on the phone. You have to constantly be marketing yourself. So I know there are some agents out there that have another job that's slowly transitioning into this business. When you're off your other job, you have to continuously work your leads. Also, there's a lot of guys that can't afford the leads, which is understandable when you're first starting out. When I first started, I'm a creature of habit. I go to the same 7-Eleven, I go to the same hair place, I go to the same grocery store, I see the same people, okay? And this is what they call walk and talk. That's how you advertise yourself. You go to the same place every time, say, "Hey, here's my card." You go to the same place to get your hair cut, put one of those little card trays, ask them, "Hey, can I just put a card tray here for my insurance business?" And put a card in there and have them advertise for you. The girl that cuts my hair, she's been doing it since 2004 when I moved back here to Texas. She's referred me, I don't know how many people, because she knows I'm in the insurance business. She talks to people every day, as well as the other ladies that are in that hairdressing place too. They all know me. They know I'm the insurance guy. Hey, they talk to people every day. They need insurance? Here, call Ray. Here's his card. He'll take care of you. So you have to market yourself that way as well. Let's go to the next one real quick. This is going to be a pretty quick webinar. It's not going to take too much of your time. The leads on that lead vendor list, like I said, I have worked most of those leads. Now, I haven't worked them all, and I'm going to need y'all's participation. I'm going to have my email up here in a minute. I'm going to want y'all's feedback on what y'all have done and what y'all have seen. But I know with super leads, those leads are cheap, but you have to work them. You got to call them constantly, morning, afternoon, evening. The infosourceleads.com, I've worked those leads. I actually canceled my order. I had 20 for this week, but since I was up here all week, I can't run leads, so I had to stop those because I'm up in the office all day. But those are definitely good leads. You can listen to the recording. You just have to work the lead. Lead is a 4-letter word, just like work. You have to work your lead continuously. And if you do that, you're going to be successful. This is not an open forum yet, but in the future, when we do future webinars, they are going to be an open forum to where we can all talk together. I just know a lot of y'all are really pissed off, and I don't want to have a bunch of pissed off people. But there are also successful people out there, and on our next webinar, what we're going to do is we're going to have the guys that are out there writing business, doing well, come on the webinar and share their experiences, what they have done, how they work their business, and how they're making money. Okay? And on the other side of this, let's take a look here. Mark is also going to send out this vendor list. My phone number here is 972-663-1865. There's my email address. That's r.l@summitallianceadvantage.com. So please write that down. Please email me with your concerns. Give me a call. My phone is on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When I'm not in the office, if I'm out in the field, you can always reach me because my phone is going to be forwarded to my cell phone, so you can always get a hold of me. If you're in a house and you've got a client and you don't know really what product to put them in or what they qualify for, you can call me. When we do our product training next week, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be sending you out the manuals for all of these agencies so that you can download that on your desktop or put it on your iPad so that you can easily access it when you're in a house with a customer, or if you're over the phone with a customer. They've got a certain pill that they use. They've got a certain inhaler. You can pull up the underwriting guidelines and go, okay, well, you got that inhaler. That's not going to be an issue. We can still get you insured. Okay, but the biggest thing on this call about these leads is they do work. You just have to work them. You have to call them. You have to be persistent. If you've got somebody that says, no, I'm not interested, great. Set that lead aside, and next week call them again, because I have had leads that have told me that have called me nasty words, and I just set that lead aside. I wouldn't call them the following week. I'd wait about a month or so and then call them back, because people have bad days. And folks that have told me to go fly a kite a following month or so later, I would call them back and say, hey, you are interested in some life insurance? I'm a life insurance agent. I can answer your questions. I may be able to help. I may not be able to help, but at least we can take a look. And you've got 6 months. Don't call leads that are more than 6 months old, because you get in trouble if they're on the do not call list. If you got their email address, go ahead and shoot them an email address. That's perfectly fine. But the biggest thing is the leads do work. You have to work the lead. That's the biggest thing about this call, is consistently calling your leads. Other than that, please write down my email address, ray.l@summitallianceadvantage.com. You can call the 800 number, the 866 number, or the 972. I will be sending everybody that's on this call an email, and I will be we'll be reaching out to you sometime this afternoon to kind of get your thoughts on what you've been doing, how you've been successful, how you have not been successful. Our job up here is to make sure you're successful. And I know in the past that has not happened by talking to other agents. But if you do what we say, how we say it, and you listen to us, we've all been successful in the field, okay? So we can make you successful. That's our job. And like I said, Mark, he is going to send out that lead vendor list. And again, please send me an email on your concerns, and we will get y'all up and running to where you're successful. I'm also going to send this recording out. I know it's short, it's brief. I know your time is valuable. Next week when we're doing these other webinars with the product training, those are going to be about 45 minutes to an hour long. So if you can't attend, if you get an invitation, you can't attend, we'll record it and send it out. But if you want a personal one-on-one, say, hey, shoot me an email, Ray, I need help on the final expense product with Royal Neighbors or with Americo or with this product. Just shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to get in touch with you and do a webinar one-on-one so that we can get you up and running. Other than that, nobody does nothing until somebody sells something. So pick up the phone and start dialing your leads and be persistent. And I will be talking to y'all later this afternoon. Thanks for joining, and have a good afternoon.